Okay, and if you'll start with your name and your position in career services.
My name is Bette, B-E-T-T-E, Scott, and I'm the Director of Career Services. Don't it look stupid?
No.
You're not going to put that in there, right?
No, I will cut it out. I had one student who kept going, how does my hair look? So we're going to edit that out.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I guess my advice to new college graduates is, in terms of what the first step would be to think of a number of different career options that might interest you, and think about those options very broadly. Management, sales, marketing, PR, but very broad categories, rather than try to get so specific. And then to create a resume. The resume is the most important part of the job search because it gets you an interview. That's all it does. But to tailor that resume to tailor a different resume to each one of those different areas, so that you, when you're presenting it to someone who has positions in sales, you've presented the sales resume. When you are looking for a position in PR, you have the PR resume presented, and really talk to the employer on the resume about why you are the perfect person for the job. You've got to get inside the employer's head and say, if I were hiring for this position, what would I be looking for? And once you've figured out what they're looking for, you need to tailor your resume and write your resume to show that you have those things that employer is looking for. The primary thing that will do is set you apart from the other candidates who are applying for the job, and it will get you an interview. If you answer the question inside the employer's head, what can this candidate do for me? And you do that on your resume, you are pretty much assured that you will get an interview. So that's where I would start, would be with a great resume. We have lots of help in the Career Services Office on how to do that, and would be happy to help any student on campus tailor a resume for a specific type of career. Going back to freshmen and sophomores and juniors, we always say begin with the end in mind, and you really need to think about getting as much experience under your belt as possible. That experience can be internships, and certainly those are the number one thing employers look for. But it can also be, if you don't have the opportunity to do internships, it can just be getting involved on campus. Employers are looking for evidence of leadership, the ability to lead, the ability to communicate. Those are what we call transferable skills that all employers are looking for. And you can get those skills through activities you're involved in, either on campus or off campus, in clubs and organizations, volunteer opportunities, a wide variety of things you can do outside of the classroom that will develop those transferable skills that employers are looking for. But start looking early for internship opportunities. There are thousands and thousands of them all across the United States. What else do you want me to talk about?
Let's do graduate applications. If I was thinking about applying for graduate school, what are some of the pieces of advice you would give me as far as applications go, and just kind of that general idea? I know it's difficult when it's not a specific
and I'm
degree.
not as knowledgeable, but I do. Here's what I would say: if you're planning on applying to graduate school, you need to start that process early. Research the graduate schools that you are considering. Find out when their application deadlines are. Pull together all of the information that they require, and make sure that you meet the deadline when you apply for graduate school that each of the schools have, which means you're going to be starting either the second semester of your junior year, or probably second semester of your junior year, because many of the application deadlines will be during the first semester of your senior year. We will have, Career Services does host a Graduate and Professional School Week, where we will have speakers come in and talk about many of the tests that you have to take, and the application procedures, and what happens behind the scenes, and what suggestions they give you from their perspective to make your application more meaningful for them. Find out when the tests are. What tests do you need to take? Do you need to sign up for some sort of review for that test, and then follow through with taking the test in a timely manner so you're not missing any of those deadlines.
Great. Okay. One other thing that I was, as I was watching, wondering myself is, as far as graduating and getting a job immediately, what is your experience with the number of students being able to get a job quickly? Kind of, not looking for statistics so much, but in your experience, it's not abnormal for a student to graduate from college without a job, or with a,
Yeah.
just kind of your experience dealing with those students. And I guess whether it be, don't worry if you don't have a job yet, that's normal, or you should be worried, you're going to have bills to pay, you need to, do that as soon as possible.
Say that.
So, just kind of your advice on a general.
Well, for my advice to a student who's getting ready to graduate, maybe in May, and has not yet gotten a job, is that that's pretty typical. Most students, depending on their major, don't have jobs when they graduate. The statistics of students who have jobs by the time they graduate are higher in some colleges than they are in others. So the College of Business students typically have a higher percentage of, let me start that over again. I don't think I want to say that.
That's just fine.
Okay, my advice to students who are graduating who have not yet gotten a job is that there are many, many thousands of other students who are graduating from college who don't yet have positions, and that's okay. The sooner you can start after you graduate or before you graduate, the faster you're going to find the job, and the better chances are that you'll land something fairly quickly. Typical job search takes 3 to 6 months, and we track our graduating seniors 3 to 6 months out after graduation to try to get a feel for the percentage of students who have jobs and what percentage get jobs 3 months out and 6 months out of graduation. So it's not too late to start. Just hit the ground running as soon as you can after graduation, and the sooner you get started, the sooner you'll have a job.
Great. And the one last thing I want, and I always do this for my own benefit, is I'm going to tell you, and then if you'll pause for just a second and say again your name and your position here at Career Services, because I've gotten a couple times where people have
said it so fast
or something, and I thought, oh, I should have had them do that again.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Or you want me to do that now?
Yep, just go right ahead. Just take a pause, and I can cut all that out, and then we'll put that.
My name is Bette Scott, and I'm the Director of Career Services at the University of Oklahoma.